How's it going, guys? This is Bill, and this is the story about how I ended up getting my phone tapped by the cops for being a moron when I was about 18 years old. Now, to get the record clean, the statute of limitations on what has happened has already passed in all regards, and, if they want to come see me, they can come see me, but the statute of limitations has passed. Like, I'm all good. There's nothing you can do. So, with all that being said, just know that this story could be told with complete peace of mind and complete detail because there's nothing that could really happen. Picture this. I was at my buddy Tim's house, and I was there with my other two friends. We're going to call them Eric, and we're going to call them Ivan. Obviously, Tim also isn't his real name, so let's just roll forward with it. My buddy Tim is home alone with his mom's car because his mom is out of town for some business-related endeavor and is using a company vehicle. So Tim, our good gentleman here, also starts suggesting to Eric, Ivan, and I that maybe we should take it for a swing. And now we're all 17, 18 years old, and we don't really know better, so we're pretty interested in it. But it takes a bit of convincing to do because it's going to be Tim's ass if anything happens. So before we do anything, Tim wants to go take my car around and do a spin and basically do the same thing we're going to do in his car. I guess this is because he wanted to like loosen up or something or whatnot, but I was perfectly fine with it if it meant we get to whip his mom's car because, who cares? Take my car for a spin, we take it off road or whatever to this dirt place and we start driving it around or whatever. We almost fuck up, we hit my bumper a couple times. And we realized, alright, maybe it's time to go get his mom's car because we almost got my car stuck, but we managed to get that bad boy out. We numbnutsed ourselves into a construction site and then managed to get ourselves out by using two wood planks that were on there as a little ramp, so it was a-okay. So all four of us are driving back to Tim's house to take Tim's mom's car, of course. Fast forward, we get there and we decide to swap into his mom's car. We all agree that we're going to put in some gas after so she doesn't notice, and we're off into the night. So whatever, we're going for a little joyride in his mom's car that we basically have stolen. And I'm saying we because it's all four of us. It's not like any of us are sitting there saying this, or our dumbasses were in with it. And we're sitting there driving it around for maybe like 15, 20 minutes. Like, we're chilling. And I don't know how, I don't know why, but somehow my buddy Tim takes a right turn a little too wide or something and hits a divider and fucks up the car, bruh. The whole night just fucks it up. It's not his fault, but he definitely fucks up the car. Once we realize everybody is in one piece and that the car is the only thing that has actually sustained any damage, we have to sit there in the moment and be like, oh shit, what do we do? This is time for a great implication. Our good pal Eric, what does he do at this moment? He tells us that he brought a liquor bottle. Bro, we weren't even drinking. We're sitting there deciding our next move after we've crashed into a middle divider, and thank God it's 3 or 4 a.m. so we have at least a couple of minutes before anybody starts pulling into the intersection and seeing what has happened. Nobody's even passed. We sit there and try to assess the situation. We're like, alright, look, you have to throw that bottle into the sewer right there. That's your only hope. It has to go away. You can't just have a bottle here. It doesn't matter if we weren't drinking. We can't legally possess a bottle. So we kind of decided that's somewhat going to be the route, and we talked to all the group because there's 4 of us, and we decide that we're going to split with 2 and 2 to make sure we can at least have people taking care of each other, but we're still split up enough that they can't just, get us all in one fell swoop. So me and my buddy Ivan decide to split to the south side of town to go get my car and come pick them up, and our buddies Eric and Tim decide to split to the north side of town because it's a little bit more not rural but mountainy, and there's a lot more hiding spaces and the police would be less likely to hide there, and they're deciding to hide there until we come back and get them. So here's the setting. Me and my buddy Ivan are heading down south. We're gonna go pick up our car right now, and we're doing some walk jog. It's gonna take about 30 minutes because the car is pretty far and we're still only on foot, and that's a-okay, but our guys are willing to wait, so we're gonna keep with the plan. Walk for about 10 minutes or so, and we call our boys just to make sure everything's all good, and they tell us everything's all good. It looks like they're still walking along the street. They obviously look a little scared, but it's a-okay. We're just hoping they're fine. So we hang up and we're like, alright, good. We're about 20 minutes away from the car. We fill them in on our situation, and we let them know that it's gonna be alright. We're doing our thing still. We're still sticking to the plan. We keep on walking down, and we're going down to the car or whatever. About 15 more minutes pass, and when we're getting really, really close to the car, we noticed 3 dogs just walking along the street. And the problem is they're German Shepherds, and we're very, very paranoid at this point. So we have this weird hunch that it's a police dog. Now, if you've seen my previous video about getting chased by police dogs, you'd understand that I'm pretty scared of them because I already got chased by them before. I'm already a little like antsy about dogs. So I look at my friend once we see the dogs and we hit the fucking gas. We're gone. We're sprinting full speed. And mind you, we're about 50 pounds apart. I'm the bigger of the two. And we're still running the same speed because we both need to get the fuck out of the same spot. Dogs are gaining on us and we need to sit there and jump up on this fucking wall and hide for our lives. And thank goodness the dogs do not get us and get more fixated or something on something else. They decide that today it's not us, once we get up on the walls, of course. Stay there for about 5 minutes, and mind you, we were only 5 minutes away from home, so this is tacked on about 10 minutes total to our time, and we're just sitting there waiting, hoping the dogs don't come back, and we're waiting for them to get far enough away. So we get a little bit closer, and we notice like 2 cop cars pass by on the main street. Now, we are not on a main street just yet, but that main street is the turn we were supposed to take to get back to my car. So now we have to take a slight detour because we're extremely paranoid because, you know, what's stopping them from taking a U-turn or whatever. We needed to stay in these hidden streets. So me and my buddy are cutting up on these side streets, trying to make it closer to the car without actually taking a main road. And it's obviously adding minutes on minutes to the time because we can't just sit there and take the most direct path. So we decided to give them another call because we've been adding on to our timer. And when I called them, the cops pick up. Bro, they got our dogs. He was sitting there asking, oh, who's this? Oh, who's calling? He's sitting there asking the dumbass cop questions like, I'm not sitting there obviously knowing my boy's voice does not sound like Captain Fatfuck over here. I'm absolutely shaken to my core, dog. I look over to my buddy Ivan right after I hang up immediately, and I'm just like turning off my phone. I look at him, I tell him, bro, turn off your phone. They have his phone. It's over. They have his phone. Like, we start panicking. We start flipping shit. So we start fucking sprinting. Now, thank God the back road that we were taking that was getting us to my car had a lot of bushes, so we were not visible from anybody driving down the main street. And we were very, very fortunate because I'm pretty sure we saw at least 2 cops pass by in the time that we were there. Let's rewind just a second. I know I said I turned off my phone, but that's just what I thought I did in the moment. It turns out I just set it to power down, but I didn't actually swipe over on the right part, so nothing actually happened. I feel my phone blowing up for the next 2 minutes straight, and the cops have called me on 2 different numbers at least 4 or 5 times each, and they called me on a private number none of the 3 times. I look over at my boy Ivan and I tell him we have to fucking book it, bro. This time is getting real crunchy. They have to be trying to ping my shit or something, so I turn it off for real and I start shitting bricks because it can't get much better from here. We start hauling ass to my car and we get there in less than a minute, even though it was about a 3-minute walk still, like I mentioned. And thank fucking God, I drop his ass off at his apartments and I still have a mission to make, I personally feel. So I spin back to where we crashed the car at. And I see my boys on the sidewalk. They got my fucking dogs. But as it would turn out, fortunately, spoiler event, because I'm not going to waste any more of your time. It turns out that they would fortunately not get the charges pressed on him by his mom. They ended up surviving. But they did find the booze bottle. But nothing ended up happening, thank fuck. So, I love you, Tim. I'm sorry, bro. You know I'll spin back for you, bro. But I'm sorry, bro. We couldn't spin back quickly enough. The cops were on our ass. That's all. You guys have a safe one today. Thank you. This has been Bill.